This generation was raised on one message. Be exceptional. Don't be average. Stand out or fade away. So we run. We build careers, chase success, discover who we're supposed to be. We do everything right until one day you realize something terrifying. You got the job, the stability, the respect. Nothing is wrong. Everything is fine. And yet, you can't move. Here's the thing nobody tells you about building a good life. It's a trap with very comfortable furniture. You didn't see it coming because it didn't look like a trap. It looked like progress. Every smart decision, every safe choice, every year you didn't blow it all up. It all felt like winning. And it was winning. That's the coolest part. Until the morning you wake up and realize you haven't done anything genuinely in 3 years. You haven't sent anything you weren't sure is good enough. You haven't raised your hand for the role you might fail at. Not because you're lazy. Not because we don't want more. But because we have something to lose now. That changes everything. The life you built became a cage. The reputation you earned became the bars. We stopped trying new things because we have something to protect. We stopped asking for more of ourselves because the life we built is just fine. And fine is the most dangerous word in the English language. Because fine didn't feel like failure. Fine feels reasonable, responsible even. Fine is what you tell people when you don't want to explain to them that you're living in a life that you're satisfied, but not fulfilled. There's a difference. Satisfied means nothing is wrong. Fulfilled means something is right. Most people spend entire decades in the gap between those two words. Too comfortable to leave, too restless to stay still. And they call it fine. I'm telling you right now, that is not fine. Here's the coolest trick life plays on ambitious people. You were so afraid of being average that you built a perfect life, then became too afraid to risk it. We use our ambition to build our own prison, brick by brick, until one day, you're standing in a life that looks like success and feels like a cage. Phil Knight knows this feeling. 1963. Knight is 25 years old. CPA at Price Waterhouse. Stable job, respected title, the kind of career that makes your parents proud at dinner parties. But he had this idea. Obsessive, slightly embarrassing idea that he can import Japanese running shoes and sell them in America. Couldn't let it go. So he started selling shoes out of the trunk of his car, at track meets, on weekends, while keeping his real job, while telling almost no one. For years he lived this double life. And the reason he kept it secret wasn't just practicality. It was he was protecting something. The cage wasn't his job. The cage was his reputation. That shoe business became Nike. He just stopped hiding, stopped protecting the version that was safe, and started betting on the version that was true. One shift, enormous life. Oprah Winfrey lived in a cage made out of $50 million. She'd grown up with nothing. Rural Mississippi, real poverty. Fought her into television, into the room, into the career nobody thought she'd have. By her early 30s, she was the highest paid entertainer in television. Then the network put down $50 million. Renewed contract, guaranteed, safe. Most people signed that and call it a good life. She walked away. Started Harbor Productions from scratch. No safety net, no guarantee. Just the thing she'd been quietly building towards and hadn't let herself risk it yet. That company became an empire on her terms entirely. But here's the thing about that decision. She didn't leap because she had nothing to lose. She leaped because she had everything to lose. The cage wasn't poverty. The cage was $50 million and the life that came with it. She just stopped letting it be enough. One shift, enormous life. Because you don't escape the cage by achieving more. You escape it by being willing to lose what you have. Real discovery doesn't happen when you explore the world. It happens when you're willing to discover who you are outside the cage you built. The cage doesn't get easier to leave. Every year you stay, the bars get thicker. Every year you wait, the risk gets bigger. The cage is most escapable the moment you first feel it, not 5 years later when you redecorate and call it home. So, stand the thing you're not sure is good enough. Apply for the thing you might not get. Risk the reputation you spent years building. Not all of it. Just enough to feel the cage door move. Because the real trap isn't being average. It's building a life so perfect, you become too afraid to live it. And fine is the most dangerous word in the English language. Most people will stay. They'll keep saying not yet. They'll keep protecting something that's supposed to be a foundation, not a ceiling. But some of you already feel it now. You've felt it for a while. That's not fear. That's the door. You spent years building something safe, years protecting it, years saying not yet. So tell me, at what point does not yet become never? Thank you.